Let's see who's in here. Somebody's already waiting. Period. Thank you for joining, friend. Welcome to the Yungfleur Live Space. I'm Yungfleur. We are live. We are here. We're here. I made it. It's camera right. Done my wonky door. It never gave Home Depot on this side, baby. But welcome. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the Yungfleur Live Space. We are here, bitch. We did it. We made it. What's up? Hold on. I'm trying to share this thing along to the people. But welcome to the space. Hopefully this is actually somebody that joins in and not just me on another platform. That would suck. But welcome. I'm here doing the damn thing as I do and getting ready for a really fun night. It's been cute. It's been a cute week. It's actually been very calm. Very thankful for the way this week went. Hold on. If you over here, say something though, because it says there's one person here. Want to make sure it's not acting up. Let me put the link in. Yungfleur on YouTube. And we're going to throw that there for the people. I'm so confused. Who's trying to get in? And then I should share. Oh, yeah. Me, but I'm on my TV. This is on my phone. Oh, okay. Cool. Say less. I just want to make sure because I'm like, what's going on? But how are you, Morgan? Cute. Okay, cute. Say less. But as you were. Welcome to the Yungfleur Life Space. I'm Yungfleur. We are live. I just want to make sure that niggas was on this motherfucker, okay? Because you know the shit be glitching. Cute. I'm glad to hear that. Bitch, it's cold. I had to crack the heater on. First time of the fall winter season that I'm cutting this damn heat on, babe. You know, trying not to run up that energy, but it's about that time. It's time. It's real untoasty at the moment. I was really pressed because I was like, you already know I live in the Bronx. You already know what to give. And I'm here. Not that this is like unique to the Bronx, but I'm here and these niggas started blasting their music literally right as I was getting ready to get on here. I was like, Lord have mercy. I don't have it on me. I do not have the time or the patience. But luckily enough, they did their little sound rehearsal or whatever, little vibe check. And now hopefully it'll be nice and quiet for the rest of the night. So, of course, what are we here to talk about? We are here to talk about a few things that are going on. Just wanted to talk about some latest fashion news. I did some dibbling and dabbling between Business of Fashion, of course, and WWD, just to see some things that, you know, are worth talking about. Welcome to the Yungfleur Live Space to everybody that's joining on. I'm Yungfleur. We are live. It's Friday. Bitch, you're done. Unpack your bags if you haven't already. Get a drink, get a smoke of something. I can't right now because I don't have no weed on me and I cannot bring this laptop outside. So I'm going to, you know, I'm keeping it real cute. I've got my Celsius, I've got God, and I don't need nothing else. Oh, and with that said, let's talk about what's going on. So, first off, thank you all for joining the Yungfleur Live Space. If you're new to the space, I'm not sure because this freaking thing doesn't let you see like individual people, whatever. I guess that's to your benefit. But if you don't already know, I'm Yungfleur. And what we do here is talk about fashion, all fashion related topics, latest fashion news, fashion business. Black people in fashion is my focus, of course. Black future fashion is my thing. Get into it. Follow the Instagram if you don't already. And yeah, we just chop it up on here. The whole point is to make a very no holds barred, very equalized, very calm space for all of us to just join in, pop our shit, talk about what we want to talk about, and not feel like you're in a place where like, oh, I don't work in fashion, so I can't talk about it. Or, oh, like people will make me feel weird. Like, no, you're comfortable here. You're here with me. We're here with each other. The garden is in the room. Anywhere I am and you are, it's a garden, babe. Are we talking dandy, darling? Yes, we will be talking about the dandy a little bit in the latest developments with that, right? And a couple of things. So For those of y'all who are here, if you want a quick rundown on what we're going to talk about today, we are going to, we are going to be talking about the event, the upcoming Met Gala for next May. We will be talking about some of the latest fashion news, including Kim Jones exiting Fendi, creative director, the recently appointed creative director left after about 4 years, I think it was. So that's not too recent, but he out. And honestly, if you know, you know. It was about time. Like, thank you so much, girl. Please step to the left, grab your things, clear your cubicle, and get the fuck. And we'll talk more about that. Vivienne Westwood, bridal at Barcelona. Vivienne Westwood bridal is going. Well, Vivienne Westwood is going to be showing a bridal collection at Barcelona Bridal Week 2025. They are the guest designer that will be showing there, which is interesting. Yeah, he got to go, Cody. Thanks for joining on again. And hey, Auntie, shout out to you. Yes, everybody thumbs, period. There's 5 people. If an extra 2 could just join in with a thumb for your boy, you know, it's free. It costs nothing. And you will forever have my love and appreciation. Like, I got you with a Bentley as soon as I get paid. So Vivienne Westwood bridal at Barcelona Bridal Week. And then I wanted to talk about some things that I was reading, some of the headlines from, I think it was Business of Fashion that were interesting to me. And I wanted to talk about the latest Zara collaboration that's coming. And no, babe, it is not the Samuel Ross. And no, babe, it's not the other one with my man, my good girl, my auntie, Stefano Pilati. This is another one that's coming up. I don't know if y'all know. We'll talk about it very shortly. So, but before all that, right? I gotta talk to y'all. So y'all know that I'm normally, oh, you don't know my schedule, but I'm normally like off on Thursdays from work. So I've been spending my time like this past week or this past 2 weeks just to get my mind right. You know what I mean? The girls have like the Q4 anxiety, impending, like, sure, whatever, do that, go off. But in general, it's a wrap up of the year. I feel like a lot of us are ending the year in a very different space from where we started it, especially when it comes to our relationships. And, you know, I've been talking about that a little bit and how like friendships have been changing, you know, just close dynamics, things that felt super familiar this year have really come undone. And as a Scorpio, I celebrate destruction and renovation and re-innovation and whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Just the idea of rebirth is something that I kind of expect. I'm not afraid of. And, you know, we rock and roll when we get there. I went into Zara here at the Grove in LA and they didn't have any Stefano. I was so disappointed. I went into boredom and sniffed up a Storm Child. Okay, okay, right, okay. Thank you. Because that sentence right there, I mean, not that we shame here, but that was going in a whole other direction. I'm like, baby, it's not that serious. You gotta chill. You know what I mean? If that's all it takes. Right, it's giving, you know. I was like, baby, I understand, but I didn't know you felt so strongly. um Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But yes, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense that they would put it in New York. I'm surprised it's not available in LA. um But also, it looks like they're still rolling things out because I think there was a couple other pieces yesterday when I was on Zara's website looking at the menswear specifically. There was like a top that was on there that was not there when we talked about the collection during last week's live, or last Tuesday, was it? Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday and Friday. Last Tuesday when we did it, there were some new pieces that are starting to bubble up and they're saying like they're not available, which in Zara speak, and you know, like e-com speak gives like it hasn't been stocked yet online. So it automatically comes as like unavailable or out of stock because they just like uploaded the product on there, but they haven't actually uploaded the stock. So I think there's more rolling out of this thing to come. And it seems like they're really moving with a lot going on. They're really building partnerships, multi-year partnerships with multiple people. It's very interesting. Like, this is the next frontier. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about how do fast fashion brands elevate and how do they evolve in the current day and age. We see where cost has come. We talked about this during the last live last Tuesday. You know, brands like Zara was always like, you know, we're not giving bargain basement like the other girls. So now they're really trying to delve into getting reputable people in the fashion game, which is no new strategy, to gain our attention and gain our, gain the fashion street cred, right? Steven Meisel shot that Stefano Pilati collection. They gave Steven Meisel his own collection first and let him shoot it. And I think they started before that, even with just a general seasonal editorial campaign for Zara before they actually did a full-on collection with him, which I was just like, what is going on? But the girls got to get paid, okay? And the girls are not, I mean, I feel like it's giving industry insiders in this type of space, but the girls are not paying the way that they act like they be paying. Like, fuck is up. Anyway, things that we're talking about. So before all that, Zara had some house brand quality leather pants for $249 that was fab. Not for nothing, they're like leather products. They've been trying to step it up. They've been trying to give us something with the leathers in particular, the leather goods. But before we get into the fashion, I just want to like kiki really quickly about the Vince McMahon documentary. Bitch, have you watched it? Have y'all watched the damn Vince McMahon documentary? What's it called? Is it called Mr. McMahon? Oh, now my heat going off. I think it's called Mr. McMahon. Have y'all watched it? Bitch, that shit is crazy. As somebody who like grew up in a very wrestler fanatic household, y'all don't understand. Like, or maybe you do. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, American wrestling entertainment has, been a household thing for a minute. Thanks to Mr. McMahon. That man single-handedly defined the wrestling entertainment. Let's get wrestling entertainment experience as we know it. He was the first one to create that, to bridge the worlds of wrestling and other media, media factions, from the music to the sports, other sports and other things like that, television, MTV, like all this crazy stuff. This dude like powered it all. It's insane. Like, and they talk about his background. I don't know if y'all like, are we hip? Am I am I talking to a demographic that even not understands, but knows what knows that Mr. McMahon is in big trouble right now, or like supposed to be in big trouble. For honestly, I hate to be that. Haven't even watched it. My gay friend put me on to watch the WWF. So when did your gay friend put you onto that? Child, I was when I tell you, like, literally my entire childhood, we sat down and watched SmackDown and Raw and ECW, WCW, all of those things. That was my entire, when I was 7. Okay, fair. Now I'm saying from as long as I could remember, I was sitting on the floor in front of the TV, on the days that they would show, because I know that they switched what's the name? Right. Right. Legends. And Mr. McMahon was the one behind that. Like, he was the one. Like, y'all have to watch it, because like it's one of those things, like, we talk about like the Gen Z or whoever, and like they're coming into a time where we're like, y'all will never know a life before social media, a life before the internet, or an analog / digital lifestyle. Everybody is so like digital AI, you know what I mean? We grew up in a time where, at least I did, the generation I grew up in, all we knew was wrestling entertainment, but that was literally not a thing until he came along, and did what he did. Like, he really came from nothing, was dirt poor. They made sure to repeat that story a lot. You know what I mean? And they also talked about, like, he had a very dark upbringing, that man. Like, he was like, at one point he was like, fighting, his family, like fighting, infighting, incest, all of that. I said, what? Because when I tell you I had that Roku motherfucking remote, and every 10 to 15 minutes, I'm just like, not even, like every 5 to 10 minutes, I was like, bring that back. What the fuck did he just say? What just happened? What did they make her do? Insane. Like, certain things that even for me, I was like, I remember this, but like, it's crazy to think about. Once again, I was a kid. All these other things, the whole scenario around around these scenarios, around these events, these things that happen. The way he exploited his whole family, had his daughter literally getting called a slut by a stadium of thousands of people while you stand there. Like, I'm just like, that man, regardless of, and this is not me trying to cop a plea, that's a nasty, nasty man. Um, but regardless of anything, he was determined. Okay. There was a certain level of laser pointed determination. He went up against them promoters, them bookers, those other people that were doing wrestling things in different areas. You have to watch the show to really understand, because once again, like, they kind of lay out the context of how wrestling was before he came along and revolutionized it. And it was just crazy. And it just brings me back to the whole idea, like, in light of, you know, what's going on with Diddy right now and other people. Yeah, now you gotta watch it. You would love it, Morgan. Dead ass. Like, you would love it. Like, I was like, you know, like, I haven't watched wrestling. Once the storyline started to get super duper predictable for me, was when I got over it. But my grandmother, to this day, my grandmother still, we actually, my family is subscribed to like the WWE network or something like that. There's like a subscription. I didn't even know there's a fucking subscription, but my family is subscribed. They have that. They ain't subscribed to shit else. Fashion TV, they don't know her. But they've got that good old WWE network. It's wrestling all the time, every time, 24/7. Like, my family locked the fuck in. But you've got to watch. But it really made me think about the fact that, you know, um, there are so many people, not so many people, but there are people like a Mr. McMahon or like a Diddy who are, yeah, nah, my family is dead ass true fans. My grandmother still thinks it's all real, first and foremost. My grandmother still, to this, like, I had to have a conversation with her even a few months ago where I was like, babe, that's not real. And she's like, no, but he's bleeding. No, 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 no. But you don't, but that is blood, and that's not fake blood. It's coming from his temple, babe. He's leaking. And I'm like, yeah, girl, because he cut himself, because that's what they do. You wouldn't notice it because they all scarred up in their skin. Some of these guys, they skin be looking like leather bags, child. They done rough and tumbled that shit. It's giving pebbled leather. It's giving I don't even know. I don't even know, okay? But what was I saying that to say? Yeah, but she really dead ass is like, no. Like, I'm like, nah, babe. This is like a storyline. They're gonna do this and they're gonna do this, and she didn't give a fuck. And I'm like, okay, well, girl, I can tell you how the storyline is gonna end. He's gonna go with him. They're gonna be friends again. They're gonna fight for the match in the end. And she's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to find out next week, won't I? I'm like, okay, well, you got it. You got it, grandma. Like, I can't deal. Oh, no, not my Celsius. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it, but it just makes me think about how, like, people who are so determined and so full of this drive and really determined to bring themselves out of dire situations, or simply just to, like, you know, create a life for themselves that they envision, a life that they dream of, and they really fight tooth and nail and do whatever they can to get it, and have such prowess, such a crazy mind, like, not a crazy mind, but just like geniuses, literal geniuses, you know what I mean, when it comes to what they do. Like, the charisma combined with the determination and the bitch, you're not going to stand in my way, I'm going to knock you down, and if you try to stop me, I'm going to eat you up energy. Like, that viciousness that really makes beautiful things happen can also, on the flip side, and a lot of the times does on the flip side, also manifest itself in the darkest and most destructive ways. You know what I mean? We see it with damn near everyone in power. You know, it's like the same people with these minds that are able to help, you know, innovate the world and the way that we do things, the way we experience things, you know, the way we interact with each other. And then they also succumb to, you know, the humanity, the reality of things, and their own temptations and their own dark traumas that they have not dealt with. Like, they were alluding to the fact that he was getting sexually abused by his mother. Like, all these things. And then there's this other part about it, which once again brought me back to the Diddy thing, because it's like everybody's like, he would talk about Mr. McMahon, like once he went from being just somebody who was like behind the scenes, like working and building the thing, to now being immersed into the world. And now he is not just Vince McMahon, the founder and owner of WWF. You are Mr. McMahon, the big bad honcho rich dickhead guy who does what he wants and takes what he wants, like as a character. And it's like, where does the difference lie? And does a difference actually exist? So there's so many times where he's talking in the thing and being like, oh, that's not true, or oh, I didn't do that, or oh, I didn't know that. And they're like, someone else will talk right after and be like, another wrestler will be like, oh, bitch, yeah, he fucking knew. Or no, that's not what happened. Or no, he didn't really fuck with that nigga. Or no, he actually really liked that nigga a lot. Or like, there's a lot of and not for nothing, you already know, in these like hyper masculine, very like macho spaces, I feel like the he said, they said, she said gets real crazy. Where egos are involved in general, like not even just like, it's just the ego of it all, you know what I mean? And once again, these are people who like, legacy is everything, you know what I mean? Their storyline is everything. So their reputation is everything. That's how you go down. Like they think that way. And yeah, the fact that he really just manipulated everyone around him, like that, like Hulk Hogan was saying, like you don't really know Vince McMahon. There is no knowing him, and for you to be someone who like have been working with him damn near the start, you know what I mean? Like he plucked Hulk Hogan from where he was, which was something that he did with a lot of people. Hey, to whoever just joined back into the Yungfleur live space, I'm Yungfleur. We are live. Happy Friday. We're talking about wrestling right now. We're gonna get to the fashion in like 2-3 minutes. Please. I'm just gagging over this damn documentary. Y'all have to watch. But yeah, all that to say, like, really, really smart, really, really powerful people also deal with really, really dark, really, really, complex situations with themselves. And it can be really tough for somebody who is a person in power, because you are surrounded by yes men. I think that's the scariest thing about being someone in power, right? Everybody around you wants you to continue to be that person when they're benefiting, if and when they're benefiting. You know what I mean? Like, if you being a dickhead to all of these people and whatever means that I still get to go on expensive trips. I can ask you for whatever, you got it. You taking care of my sister or whoever. Not saying this is what he was doing, but like, you know how it goes. That's a lot of people. Look at Master P. Like, he was like holding it down for his whole family until he was like, you bitches like don't want to, it's like y'all not even, y'all don't want to get a job. Like y'all don't want to try and take care of yourself, because you're just like, I'm just gonna ask Percy to do it. And it's like, no, bitch, get the fuck up, get on Indeed and do your big one. Fuck out of here. I do the raps. Does he say make him say on? I made him say on. You making me say on for the whole other reason. Like, you need to, anyway. But what y'all saying? I think my friend introduced me to it because it was homoerotic for him. It later became that for me too. I'm not gonna lie, like I as a homosexual, I never was like, I don't really remember, and nah. Like, I feel like regardless of like your sexuality, you always have that one thing. Like, you can, when something has you like going in your head and got your gears turning in that way and other things turning, child, you don't forget that. You know that was that initial reaction that you felt. And there was no one that I felt that for. Maybe Triple H? I don't know. Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was my guy. And not just because he's another Eddie. Rest in peace to Eddie Guerrero. Like, he was a great showman, so entertaining, did the heel face, did the baby face so well, you know what I mean? Like, really committed to his role, put on for the Latinx community, was so celebratory, so, proud of his Mexican roots. Like, he was a good ass time. When Eddie pulled up, it was just a fun ass time. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we give. And so, his passing was really unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my candle because she's going hammer right now. She's going hammer. She is going hammer right now. I think I gotta clip the wick. Oh! Ah! I gotta clip the wick. Ah! My candle, it's burning so hot. By the way, my candle, I got what is it? Boy Smells Flare Shadow, of course. Mad good. But yes, yeah, like when you're someone in power, people don't want to see you lose that. And if you being a dickhead to a couple people or being a dickhead to me a little bit is gonna keep me in your back pocket and keep me paid and keep me having to get what I want to get from you. There's a lot of people that are willing to see you unhealthy just so that they can have you the way that they want you. And don't ever forget that shit. That's the biggest lesson. And that's the thing where I'm like, fame and like the wealth and stuff like that, it's scary if you don't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? Because like, once again, like, what do you do if you are somebody with a really bad addiction and everybody around you is a yes man? And they won't do anything to help you, or they do everything to help you to a point or to a fault, or they're also in a community or in an environment, in a dynamic where other people will tell your ass to shut the fuck up because you're about to fuck up the bag for the rest of us trying to help this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it's sick, but that's really how people be thinking in this world. Like, you are stopping my good graces. You are stopping me from cashing in on this man. If he wants to do whatever drug, if he wants to engage in whatever unhealthy practice, if he wants to kind of just explore the darkness of his mind and manifest destruction in real life in real time, let him do it, girl, because I'm headed to Vegas on his dime and we out to the strip clubs and we gonna make it rain. Like, it's a really sick place. And so it's very important. It's very important. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was one of my faves for sure. I loved Rikishi. He was fun. I mean, I just go straight to the girls. Trish Stratus was my girl. Trish was that one. Sable, of course. You got to big her up. I even liked when they had that one girl, Melina, with the two boys, where she would do the thing where she would pull up to the rope and then she would do the split. She would put one leg up and just like do that. And then she would hit the other one and do the split, but okay, in the middle and slide on through. I was like, girl, that's an entrance, bitch. Which voice smells? This is Flare Shadow that I'm using actually. Of course, duh. What else would I have? It's Flare Shadow. I was trying to pick it up to show y'all, but that shit is booming. Yeah, Melina was dope, but she was more so like newer. I mean, I guess newer in terms of like the trajectory or like the timeline of when I stopped watching. No, I love the show. I mean, China, of course, an icon. And that was like a bittersweet moment because like I feel like China would have been great to speak on there because there were plenty of women who got on there, and they also talked about being a woman in wrestling. Like I can't imagine like the most terrifying, objectifying moments that, girl, I still have come to, look back on nostalgically. Like Sable taking her shit off and just popping out titties out. I mean, that was Cuntonomics 101 right there, baby. Like that, she was showing the way. She was teaching the girls. Yeah. So anyway, I do implore you all to watch that film. It's or that series. It's called Mr. McMahon, and they said that it was shot before the allegations came out in January 2024 that he was engaging in abusive acts, including sex trafficking. Yeah, get into the Flare Shadow. She's a hot one. I like her. It's like a darker, real like no straight up into the pedals type vibe. I like it. But yes, let's get back into the fashion, y'all. And to the one person that hasn't liked, to the one person that has not thumbs up this, I just want to know why you hate me. That's all. Just let me know that whenever you get a chance, whether you want to DM, you want to comment on here, just let me know why you hate me and don't want a thumbs up. Like, what's really tea? Let's talk about the fashion things, though. Now, I know that's what we came here for. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I wanted to start with talking about Kim Jones exiting Fendi. Of course, that news was announced this morning, and every fashion social media page just quickly followed suit, rattling off the news. So yes, it is a fact that creative director Kim Jones, who currently is at Dior, and was previously at Louis Vuitton before that, is now out at Fendi. He came, just to give y'all a background, if you don't already know, Kim Jones came to be a creative director for Fendi. I feel like it was like 2021. It's crazy to think that it's been that long. It's really crazy to think 2021. September 2020, doing the women's wear. And so he showed during Haute Couture Week as well. If y'all don't already know, overall, I wonder what y'all think about Kim Jones's time at Fendi overall. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? How did y'all feel? Did you enjoy the stuff? Me personally, never really got me up, didn't pay too much attention to it. But there were some significant things that he did while he was there, of course. So first of all, let me pull on my notes. He did reintroduce or introduce, I don't know if he hold on. But he did introduce couture to their thing. Following the demise of, quick congrats to Ludovic tying the knot. Oh, congrats for him, I guess. Love lift us up where we belong and shit. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of thongs and eyelets and straps and crystals and overpriced whatever at the event. Shout out to them. Love wins. Okay, I don't hate you. Can't like it if I'm watching on TV. Like it now on my phone. Thank you. Love you much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for letting me be a bugaboo. But thank you. I'm gonna stop bothering you, Morgan, and let you enjoy the show. But I never watched or reviews for Fendi collection. Neither did I. Like, I don't get how someone can have so much research and dilute it to the blandest version until it becomes an echo of what it could have been. Chow, you said it better than I could. So just to give y'all a breakdown of some of the more, because I was just like, I barely paid attention. Like, I paid attention, but I was so underwhelmed that I was kind of just like, it was like radio noise in the background, the Kim Jones collections at Fendi, right? But there were some things that he did that were really unique to his tenure there. Firstly, of course, like I said before, reintroducing Fendi Couture after it took a pause, basically, or a hiatus following Karl Lagerfeld. I think the last collection that they did was in 2015. And then they kind of stopped for a minute and he brought it back. Another thing, of course, one thing that Kim Jones is known for that a lot of creative directors these days are it's kind of like the thing that it's kind of like the sort of like the prerequisite for a modern day creative director is just having the connects. I mean, that's a prerequisite for everybody, right? Welcome to the Yungfleur Live Space, to the new people joining in. I see y'all. I see you, bitch. Welcome. I'm Eddie, aka Yungfleur, and we are here on this Friday talking about some fashion things. I just got past my wrestling spiel, so you lucky. We're getting into Kate Moss, Kim Jones, and his recent departure from Fendi. So, like I was saying before, he reintroduced Fendi Couture in the 2021 season, which was like this really like Grecian, really like drapey situation. If we want to look at it together, Couture. I'll just give y'all a little brief, preview of the ting for you, just so that we know what we're talking about. Bam. So this is some of the examples of what we saw from his very first collection, Spring Summer Runway. Notice Ms. Demi Moore with that chin is snatched up, okay, babes? Mommy, Ms. Naomi, in another moment as well. And like I said, lots of these like Roman, kind of like Grecian era situations. I think that's Christy Turlington that we see that's a little bit blurry. So he did bring the supers out. He's good for that. He's definitely one of them designers that the girls will pop out for. You see Miss Kate right there in the cut. You saw, if you remember his closing, his closing show for Louis Vuitton, he had Kate Moss walk out. I think Naomi did too, but definitely Kate was there. And they had like the trench coats, those shiny like vinyl looking or patent leather trench coats. Another Kate Moss moment. Kate, Kate look a little, I don't know. It's all black. It's all black. Okay, hold on, hold on. Can't see anything. Can y'all see me now? Let me know. Okay. You know what it is? I think the issue is that whenever I go on to the actual page itself, like I'm going to the other tab, y'all can't see my shit. So hold on. Let me see. We saw Kate at the last minute. Okay. Let me see if I could get it right for y'all. Hold on. Mm. Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm trying to get it so we could get it right. Hold on. I got you right now. I think I'm gonna do this. Can I do that? All right. Do y'all hear me? Y'all hear me good? Y'all see me? I think I figured it out. Welcome in on the Yungfleur Live Space. It's your boy Yungfleur. I'm live, baby. You already knew that. We talking about Kim Jones. Bam! We did it! Purr, 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 purr. Come on, AV. Come on. Tech. I'm all that. Put that shit on my resume. Like, can y'all please go ahead and thumbs up to all the new people joining in? I would appreciate it so much. It's free 99. Thank you. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up for your boy. But let's talk about it. So, like I was saying, these very Roman inspired moments. We see the young Dolly, Lila Moss here. Naomi as well, and whatever. All in all, shit that really just made you go, okay, I mean, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't anything, not for me, you know, to do all this of bringing the couture back. It just was just like, whatever. Not y'all ignoring me. Bitch, throw the thumbs up and stop playing with me, okay? I go through hell to get on here. Nah. But no, I'm dead ass. Not niggas leaving. Okay. But yeah, I mean, overall, he brought that in. We know that he also did the collection that featured Ms. He brought what's the name back on the runway, and that honestly was one of the best things that he really has as part of his legacy, was bringing Miss Linda, not this photo, but bring our good girl Linda back onto the runway for Fendi's anniversary. If y'all recall, brought the good girl out, and that was a moment as well. Her first runway show in 15 years at that. And this was part of like a Tiffany collaboration. And so that was another thing that, you know, Kim Jones was really known for, was his collaborations. Like, I feel like these days it's more who you know than what you can do. And that's what they're signing these niggas on for. And so he did collaborations with brands like Cause. Like, he really loves to bring like a street wearish kind of like younger, modern, contemporary art feel, like pop arty feel to his work with the people that he kind of tags on to join him. But oh, I don't know what this is. But yeah, that was part of it as well. My good girl Linda looks great. Okay. Don't let nobody make you feel small, girl. Okay. She said, I don't know what she's talking about. And it's funny because I remember Linda saying, like, when she first started having her conversations and doing the press circuit and things like that, and talking about how her face was like ravaged by cool sculpting, and so that's why she doesn't model anymore. And how she was like, basically like she may never feel comfortable like modeling without covering herself or doing some intense photoshopping, smoke and mirrors type deal. And I'm like, I mean, girl, that's not really a unique uh insecurity. Excuse me. I know it's also I mean, very unique doll, but not a unique situation. Like we age, girl, not everything, be staying up. My shit is up. My shit is up right now. But not everybody's stays up that way. And so, you gotta love the body that you're in at every age and every stage, as they say. Child, catch me in another 20 years and see if I'm singing that song again, because I don't know. Child. Okay. But either way, I'm also down for the girls who are into doing a little sculpting and molding and shaping and cutting and snipping. And listen, I'm very much pro surge. Just keep it cute, stay healthy. But create the look you want. Who am I? I'm definitely not gonna do it for you. But yes, so that was a very important part of his era that we will remember. He brought our good girl Linda Evangelista out. We still waiting for Yasmin. We still waiting for Yasmin to come out, which is crazy to me. I thought somebody would have got her by now, but I guess not. Thanks for DMing Auntie about the thing. I don't have I don't have my notifications on Instagram simply for mental health reasons. Like I can't deal. So I didn't see it until I tap in. But anyway, yes. So that was a pivotal part of it. And also one thing that was very specific to his era there and his aesthetic there was introducing a lot more of a gender neutral vibe to the clothing. I feel like Fendi is one of those brands that's not, like it's very much giving you like classic Italian women's wear type shit. So it's very like femme, like in a very classic sense. They don't really veer off from that. They didn't really do that until he came around and really started to give a little bit more of a masculine feel with the tailoring, the cuts of the coats and the jackets there, some of the blazers as well, the suiting. Like he really kind of like gave it a little bit more of a blend and something that of course feels more contemporarily tinged. And so, trying to attract, the modern Fendi customer or modern Fendi customer to be. There was also the baguettes that he made during that time. I wanted to show y'all if y'all are baguettes fiends. But he also did bring some, interesting details to the baguettes. That definitely are on par with current bag trends. But he didn't really do anything that like was trailblazing while he was there. I don't know if he really had the time to. I also don't necessarily know what the goals were for him while he was there, besides just to make money. You know what I mean? But he's out of there. I wonder. I feel like Fendi's doing well for themselves. Fendi profit under Kim Jones. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm trying to see if there's anything on it. Of course, it continues. There was nothing to time. There's a run. Okay, so I'm reading into things here, and the long story short, he was talking about making clothes that women wanted to buy. The clothing was a lot more focused on real clothes and real lifestyle. He said, I want to make clothes that women will want to buy. I'm not going to lie. I think that's what my job is. I want all my friends to go. I want that straight away. Girl, Something about the men designing the things for the friends. Oh my God, not the Fendachi campaign. Y'all, how did I forget about Fendachi? Do y'all remember Fendachi? Do we remember Fendachi? Cause what the fuck was that? That was like when the Disney crossovers happened and like the Sweet Life is on That's So Raven or some shit. I was just like, girl, what are we doing here? What are we really doing here? Hold on, let me put this up. Do we remember Fendachi? Did anyone shop Fendachi? We talked about Fendachi on here when it pulled up, when that was a thing that arrived. Let me see something. And that was in 2022. It's crazy to think, y'all, I've low-key been going live and doing this thing for like at least 3 or 4 years. I've been on Yungfleur, been live for like 3, 4 years now. That's crazy to me, babe. I don't even know when our anniversary is. I gotta look into that. But how can we forget the Fendachi campaign? No, we're gonna bring it back up, babe. We're gonna bring it back the fuck up because girl, this was craziness. Like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like so many of these moments we don't even talk about anymore. Like, this couldn't have been a super profitable thing because they don't ever mention it again. And that, my friends, is big money corporate speak for shit ain't do well. When they don't shove it in your face, they want to talk about it all day, every day. Like I was saying before, when Rihanna does projects and they tank, you don't hear anything. You don't hear it did well. You don't hear it did bad. You don't hear anything. You just hear another something else has dropped. Not to drag her into things, but it's very much the practice. Like, it's just the PR marketing thing of it. You know what I mean? When things aren't doing well, they don't say a word. They just don't report. If the numbers are astronomical, or they lie. They either outright lie or they just don't say shit. But you know, it's a lot worse for you to try and lie because, girl, we're all on the internet. Like, don't be dumb, bitch. Like, I can pull up your numbers right now. And these are both publicly traded companies. But yeah, this collection was giving scammer du jour, babe. I remember they had a pop-up shop right next to the Miu Miu store in Soho. And what is that spot now? I don't recall. I don't know what it is now, but just all types of bootleg mess. Yeah, so that was a moment that we got from him, right? You love that. I mean, I do think it was very interesting for two, reputable Italian fashion houses to merge so in such an involved way like this. But I also definitely feel they were trying to get at the scammer coin. Like, they definitely knew who they were trying to reach with this type of vibe. It's such a hot ass mess. Like, this is like a collection that you keep to like accessories at best, and you move on from there. So we got that. So that's kind of like some of the highlights of the some highlights of the Kim Jones era at Fendi. But now he's out. But before you start to cry and weep for your man, what's good to everybody that's joining the Yungfleur live space? I'm Yungfleur. We are live. It's Friday, and I'm talking about fashion, babe. What the fuck else would I talk about here on the YouTube? Please give your boy a thumbs up. Don't make me beg. Although I will repeatedly ask. Not the girls leaving. Please thumbs up. But anyway, talking about Fendachi, talking about Kim Jones. Yeah, that was really the most that we got from there. He's still at Dior. He's still creative director there. And Dior Men's, to be specific, Dior Homme, doing a very, I'm ready for him to leave there as well. You know what I mean? Whenever he's ready to do that, he can go. And they are kind of rumoring at this point that Pierpaolo Piccioli, who was formerly at Valentino, which is now being helmed by do I have to bring the board out again? Do I have to bring the board out again? Do I have to do it? Do I have to bring out the board? I think I do at this point. Because what I said, Okay, bam. We gotta add it to the list, girl. Hold on. We gotta add it to the list. Let me grab my little markers. My little markers, girl. Cause shit is moving. So currently we've got Hetty out at Celine. This is getting so crackheaded. We've got Hetty out at Celine, right? We've got Glenn Martin's out at Y Project. Speaking of which, did y'all see that Y Project editorial with for their collaboration with Salomon Sport Style? Their shoes are cute. I mean, it just gave regular Salomon, but the campaign is mad cute. Like I'm obsessed with the campaign. It's very much my vibe. But as I'm writing things, let's talk about Kim Jones at um at what was it? Fendi. Yes. So Kim Jones is out at Fendi. Michael Ryder is in at Celine, babe. Alberta Ferretti left Alberta Ferretti. We don't know what that's about to give. And Filippo Grazioli at Missoni, he's out too, babe. So we're gonna see where these things go. More people are leaving. J.W. Anderson is reaching the end of his contract with Loewe. So everybody's talking about where he's getting ready to go next after that. There's another person. I think the folks at Joe Sander, they're getting ready to end their tenure as well, or end their contract. And so it's up for renewal at this point. So they could very well stay at these houses, but they could also very well make the leap and go somewhere else. Or maybe they can just go chill and just collect a coin, you know what I mean? And stay paid up. I'm not mad at that either. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the next topic. Moving on. Let's talk about Vivienne Westwood. Vivienne Westwood. Let me see if I can. So Vivienne Westwood has announced that it is going to be the guest designer featured at Barcelona Bridal Week. Now I don't know much about Barcelona Bridal Week or the bridal weeks in general. Although I'll dip into them for 2.5, and I'm kind of familiar with some of the girls who like are luxury brands that we're already familiar with that do have a very kind of like robust bridal account or bridal business, like Vera Wang and them. I think yeah, but either way, so Vivienne Westwood, let me see if I can pull up the deets for y'all to read along with. But yes, the British brand, founded by the late mother of punk, is to unveil its 2026 bridal lineup during Bridal Night on April 24th. I don't really know much about the Barcelona Bridal Week, but I wonder if is that the bridal, the city to go see a bridal week at? Maybe. Apparently Jean-Baptiste Valli showed there this past April. So I guess it is that girl. It seems like it may be like the Pitti Uomo, right? Of bridal collections. And so they are going to be the next guest designer to show there. Now, reasons why this is significant, or one of the main reasons that this is significant, is that Vivienne Westwood hasn't ever really shown an exclusively bridal catwalk show. Now, in the past, they have peppered in the bridal looks in, like many other brands do. They'll kind of show bridal looks amongst their ready to wear or other collections. It's an accent, but it's not a full focus. It's not an all encompassing bridal moment. Although Vivienne Westwood definitely came to prominence and is known for their own, work when it comes to bridal, just off of, Vivienne's classic style of mixing the Victorian elements with this really fucked up punk vibe that we love her for. And so her dresses and stuff like that, the fact that she could I just love the fact that she really could scale between something very classically textbook, ladylike elegance, and then could do something so warped and so twisted and so outside of the context of things. And that's how you do it. You know what I mean? When you master the rules, you know how to fuck the rules up. And you know how to do it with perfection. You know how to do it in a way that's very intentional and to achieve certain things. It's not just kind of like grasping at straws here. Like the girl does, the woman did her thing, you know, God rest her soul. And now that she's out, it's on her man Andreas Kron. That name is gonna fuck me up. The name is gonna fuck me up. Andreas, what? How do you pronounce it? Is it Krontaler? Kronstaler? Krontaler? Herman? Pronounce. How do you pronounce it? Y'all know how to pronounce it. The wedding dress in the Sex and the City movie is the only bridal piece I really know of. Oh my God, what do you mean? She's known for a few. I'll let you know in just a second. Let me just find out how to say this fucking name, because I think it's Krontaler. Krontaler. I'm gonna guess. Let's see what it says. I said, let's see. Krontaler?
Andreas Krontaler.
Ah! Bitch, come on. Come on, polyglot. What was that again? Say that again for me.
Andreas Krontaler.
Krontaler. Andreas Krontaler.
Krontaler. Andreas Krontaler.
He must be mixed shit. What kind of name is Andreas?
Krontaler.
What is his ethnicity? Andreas.
Caucasian, so.
Anyway. So, who else got married in Westwood? I'm glad you asked. I have a list for you, my baby. Let me show you who. There's a couple people. Firstly, one that I can name off my head. Dita Von Teese wore a purple wedding dress by Vivienne Westwood when she got married to Marilyn Manson. Let's pull it up. Marilyn Manson, Dita Von Teese, bridal Vivienne, and let's see what comes up. This was her bridal look. This was a Vivienne Westwood look, actually. And this is the original sketch. Oh, no, that's not the original sketch. That's someone else who's an illustrator. Let me see. Some more photos. And that's her with Christian Dunn. Yeah, I believe he did the shoes for her. Yes. With his matching purple. Girl, I need me a little purple moment like that. Low key. I saw this cutie on the train earlier with a purple velvet bomber jacket. I was like, I need it. But yes, this purple kind of a two-tone. It's like a purple that also reflects with like a deeper blue tone. Yeah, this was her look. Oh, and this photo, bitch. Me and my nigga need to take a picture just like this. Like just like this one. Like hold on. Damn. Like that's the look, babe. That's the look with the purple on the garter belt. Yes, Dita got married in Westwood. Like you said before, there is the iconic Sarah Jessica Parker look that I will throw on just for funsies. Nah, I need a photo like this. Like me holding my nigga up, my nigga holding me up. We could take turns. Like this is the ultimate goth vibe, low key too. Like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. You better give Damsel, okay? Sleeping Beauty. You better give me neck. All right? You better serve that. Who else? Let's pull up another person. I have a few people. There was a Sarah Jessica Parker moment. Miley Cyrus got married to Liam Hemsworth. All these names of people I mean, I know who Liam Hemsworth is, but I'm just like, I know who he is, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? Vivienne Westwood. Let's get into the Westwood gown for the grills. And she wore a very simple moment, but we see that corset with the V kind of like cut. That is a very classic silhouette that we've seen from her before with her corsets, especially. And this is the back of the look. I'm trying to see if I could find some decent photos of the front. She over here getting her life. That's cute. But this is another shot of the front of it for us. Get into that. The draping on it is just so right. I'm like, girl, can you be serious for one damn minute? Fuck, we get it. You a little badass. Like, girl, Her mother didn't tell her to smile properly for the pic. Actually, let's not even talk about Miley Cyrus's mother because I think she was there for this. This was before she started acting the fuck up, doing the most. Miley Cyrus' mom, let me tell you, she is. My girl said, don't let your kids get in the way of finding your peace, okay? Of living your best life. She really said, fuck them kids or fuck that kid. Trying to see if I can find another shot, but you can't never see no serious shots of her in the look. Oh, maybe because I'm searching wrong. What did her mom do? Babe, you ain't hear the news. Long story short. So, Miley got her sister Noah, right? Don't you notice Noah don't make music like that these days? She took a little hiatus. She been chilling. So, Noah, right? Noah got a homegirl. Was it a homegirl? Homeboy. No. Was it a homeboy? I think it's her ex. Like, her mom started dating her ex and, like, is locked in with this nigga, does not give a fuck what anyone thinks, and is really with this man. Hold on, mom. Yeah. Noah Cyrus seeing Dominic Purcell before he married Tish Cyrus. He married her mother. He dated her. They broke up. And then he married her mother, Miley's mother as well. And from what I recall, and this was like somewhere in 2023, and from what I recall, the mother was on some very staunch, like, don't say shit to me. Don't ask me about shit. No, I'm not leaving him. Yes, I'm gonna stick beside him. No, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. I don't care. This is me right now. It's me, my nigga, and me. I don't know nobody else. Like, locked in. Really chose a nigga over her daughter. What? Girl. You gotta, network outside. You know what I mean? Move a little bit outside the degrees of separation, bitch. Damn. Crazy to me. Crazy. Listen, it be your own family sometimes, y'all. Your own damn family. But yes, there was another look that I wanted to put for y'all. Miley Cyrus, Dita Von Teese, yes. And then there was princess. There was one princess. Let me see if I have the note. It's Princess Maria Laura of Belgium. And I think we talked about this too. Like, y'all, we talk about mad shit. Y'all don't know. Like, we discuss everything on this thing. As much as I be here and there, like, we really get into the things. She got married in 2022 in a custom Vivienne Westwood look. And like I said, she's the Princess of Belgium. And this was the look here. A lot more, kind of probably the most demure of them all. Get into this lace train, bitch. Like, what? Yeah. I'd be smiling just like this if I had, well, I would have a little more lip. Like the top would be a little bit fuller. The bottom as well would be a little fuller when I smile. But, smile nonetheless. I might smile a little harder too. The fuck, girl? I'm in Vivian, girl. I don't give a fuck about shit else. They both laid in bed with that man. She really said she was choosing peace and chose her daughter's ex, nigga. Like, but yes, more details of Ms. Maria Laura, Princess Maria Laura of Belgium. And that's her in the look. Kind of similar to the Miley Cyrus moment. Probably one of the, I think Miley's was like the most simple look of them all, because this train is grand, honey. This is a train. And get into it. Oh, can we? Can we get into it? But yeah, girl. Period. How old is this lady? Like, no shade, she look like she old and young at the same time. And her man looks younger than her. How old is she? She looked like she could be 32 or like 302, bitch. Anyway, so yes, look out for that coming up very soon. Vivienne Westwood showing at Barcelona Bridal Week. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that, but also like if you've been watching the shows, it don't hit the same with Andreas Kronthaler doing the collection solo dolo. Like, bitch, it's just not it. It's just not it to be. I don't know how y'all have been feeling about the Vivienne Westwood shows. Have you been checking out the Vivienne West shows since she passed? Yeah, it's not it for me. She does. Oh, she's 36. Babe. It's given 63. I don't, and whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know Shorty's life, but it give like she already well into the marriage, child. Who knows? Like, what is really tea? 36. She's 36 now, which means that when she got married, she was somewhere 2 years younger, so somewhere between a 33, 34. Crazy to me, but hey, whatevs. She's happy and she's in Vivienne Westwood, and that's all that matters. All that money to like that, I would be pissed. Please, girl. But let's move on. So next topic. So we'll look out to see Barcelona Bridal Week, which I believe, when is that? Bridal Week. April 23rd to 26th next year is when it's going to be happening. So look out, April. You know we'll be talking about it here on the Yungfleur Live space, so please keep it locked and loaded. Let's get into something else, though. I want to talk about next something that I was reading about. Just a couple of headlines that I saw off of BOF, and they were talking about how pop-up stores are they said that pop-up stores are decreasing. Oh, well, according to the AI overview on Google, BOF, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And even this article from what's the name? Yahoo Finance is saying that pop-ups are the future of retail. So what's really tea? I didn't even get to do enough research. They were saying that it's about to be donezo because according to Business of Fashion, they were claiming things like, hold on, let me see what I wrote. The high costs and logistics were the main thing that pop-up stores these days are very expensive to put together, and there's a very low vacancy rate, meaning that there's not a lot of spaces to take over, which is weird. I mean, once again, I feel like BOF, they probably speaking on some global shit, or they're speaking on a very regional type of thing, because New York is overrun with empty spaces to stage some shit in. I mean, it's the priciness thing may be a thing, but that's just what New York gives. Like, we're rich girls. Well, we're not rich girls, but it's a rich city for the girls to live in. But I'm just like, I don't buy the idea that we don't have enough space to host pop-ups in, because, bitch, everything is closed. Actually, I feel like I've seen a lot of pop-ups springing up these days, especially because a lot of people don't want to commit to leases where they have to spend so much money. A lot of these property owners or property managers or whatever have been upping their prices so much so, or upping the rent so much so, that even the big brands have to like fall out. You know what I mean? Like H&M had to leave their flagship location on Fifth Avenue and move to another one, I think further down on Fifth, because they couldn't afford it. They upped it up another like couple mil. At one point they were like, girl, you're so good. And if H&M is like, hey, I can't do this, like, just imagine the rest of the retailers in the city. Like, it's crazy out here. But they did claim, according to BOF, that the rising costs to put that together with the leasing of it all, and combined with the low vacancy, is making it really difficult. Hey, we'll see about that. I don't know. I know, Cody, I believe you're in LA, right? What do the pop-up shops give over there these days? Like in the past year or the past like half of a year, even like what has the landscape been like? Because I mean, y'all stay with a pop-up over there when I would normally go over. And I didn't really get to check out the shops as much as I would have liked to when I was in LA this past June, July. But anyway, on the flip side of that, they're saying that sample sales are like on the rise, and that's the thing that's been really booming lately. If you're in New York, even if you're in LA these days, 260 sample sale. I used to work there. I think right before the lockdown really took over, or kind of like through that. I think I stopped working there in like 2021, 2022. But yeah, 260 sample sale. When I was starting to work with them, as I was leaving, we had just did our first sale for like Prada. Like they had just picked up Prada as an account, and we did our first sale with them. And it, they were really happy and went really well, and so they continued to boom it up. Even though fuck 260 sample sale, I don't like those people. I don't like the people that run it. Like it was just really weird over there. And like I don't know, I just did not get a good vibe from that family that like put it together. It was very like don't care about your black staff type vibe. But I mean, that experience is a dime a dozen, ain't it? Yeah, pop-up shops out here are cute. I thrift mostly, but like I'm used to going to collective pop-up shops and with vintage mom and pop. Okay. And the thing about LA, I feel like there is more fertile ground for those things to happen. Like y'all, I think are more so known for the vintage shops that you can access out there than over here. Like it's really tough. And even some of the flyest, vintage shops over here have to close. But there are still some really good ones. Shout out to James Valoria. I was there the other day. I sold off some pieces, a little Gaultier, a little Margiela that I wanted to get off my hands, and I love them. And they're just like, it's always like a good vibe in that shop. So I love James Valoria. Love Tokyo 7 as well. Liz Goldwyn just had a designer archive pop up at Arcade. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Arcade doing a thing. I see you promoing. But yeah, they're saying that the sample sales are on the rise. And, back in the day, the history of, sample sales, they were always very unchic. You know what I mean? Like it's it's the equivalent of going to like a bargain bin, for the fashion girl. So it's like, ugh, no one would want to be seen just like picking through whatever instead of going to the, hollowed halls of the luxury boutique or department stores of your choice that we know about. You know what I mean? Like the experience is a lot more rough and tumble over there. You really got to hustle. But not for nothing, like as a New Yorker, I feel like we were built for that shit to like hustle through some things. I love a sample sale when I've got the energy for it. You know what I mean? You got to have the stamina because one thing about me, I'm going to get it right before I get out. I'm not about to just grab something and just hope that it works. And then if not, I can gift it off to somebody. My money don't work like that. I'm going to get some shit that will fit me, okay? Or if I came to get some shit for somebody else, I'm gonna make sure that it fits them. I love the designer multi-brand one. I do too, but I prefer, I don't really check those as much, although you still can find some really good shit over there. But I think the pop-ups that are like of the moment, those temporary ones are really the ones that are like the blockbusters. But they do have a multi-brand location for us on Broadway now that just goes on forever. And then they have like another two locations. At one point they had like 4 or 5 throughout the city. Like they just had mad pop-ups and were opening more and more and more. And then they kind of like, I guess the spaces that they were renting got bought up actually. So they couldn't host over there anymore. I bought 3 Margiela Fusion sneakers and I regret not buying more. That's crazy. Show me what they look like. But yeah, so they're saying that the sample sales are on the rise. These days, it is another opportunity for brands to connect with their customer, they realize, and also to create really branded experiences. Like you can, revolutionize what the sample sale means. Like, and especially with the way that the market is now, like that's where we've come to, where like people, they like the sample sale is where we got to go. And when you're not moving products as rich and bougie and bad and bougie as you want to be, if you are a brand that's not moving product, you can't burn it all, bitch. Even though the girls will try, you can't burn and rip and tear and waste all of that, all of that stock. So it only makes sense. And even these days, with TikTok culture and things like that, TikTok got the girls proudly talking about buying knockoffs and buying dupes, quote unquote, and purchasing counterfeit clothes and showing it off and suggesting why I should be buying it and trying and thinking that they can properly shame the doll for not buying knockoffs. It'll never be that. You could never bully me like that. I'm that's just not how I work. And yeah. I'm gonna pull your card every time. So there's that. We'll see what comes of that. I mean, I think all in all, like every opportunity to create like branded touch points with your customer are gonna be the thing now, especially when you're trying to get their attention and especially when you're trying to get them to spend money at a time like this. At a time like this. I want to be buying more jewelry. I feel you. I'm on that wave too. I've got some mood boardy moments that I'm trying to like fulfill. So I'm trying to get into jewelry as well. And I shop, I do get things from Chris, but like Chris isn't necessarily always my vibe. And I'm also looking for more colorful stuff. And like Chris that I work for, like most of our stuff is pretty much silver or gold with like pearl or crystal, but it's rare that we have like colored things. We don't really have any of that. I just got myself a little 18K white gold necklace with 3 diamonds that dangle. Oh, cute. Very dainty. Love that. Very dainty, very gentle. Is it like in a straight line or does it like curve, like a little S curve with the diamonds? That's cute though. What else did I want to talk about before we get off here? I feel like I had one more topic. Oh, yes, Zara. Let's talk about Zara. So Zara is announcing their latest collaborator, which is Ms. Kate Moss. Kate Moss is back with another collabo. This time she's collaborating with Zara for their autumn collection, and it's going to be apparently a few different pieces coming out. And it's a specific focus on party wear. Now, that has been like, I remember when the Topshop collabs were a thing with Kate, because she had multiple seasons of that. And I would go into Topshop and I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, some of the shit would be cute. A lot of the shit would definitely be on trend. It's Topshop, so that makes sense. And then it would be like a rainbow sparkle tassel fringe dress with like long ass sleeves with the fringes hanging down. And I'm like, girl, it looks like some sort of Sesame Street nightmare, bitch. Yes, a straight light pendant with diamonds linked to hooks that hang and dangle. Very dope. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Them Topshop collections were ass. I'm so sorry. Like they definitely had like a couple of things in there that were like type cute, but even like the quality of Topshop stuff was questionable to me. Not to mention, you go in them stores, you already know how Topshop gave it up. It's very much Forever 21 energy. Very much the girls are dropping everything on the floor. The store is on the floor, as in just see piles of clothing just hanging off the racks, and not in a neat way, not very cute at all. Very much not demure. And I just was like, I mean, it makes sense because Kate Moss, that's a wild bitch. Like, she dresses very like, she's very much in her element, and she be putting her shit on how she puts her shit on. Very unique to Kate, and it works. You know what I mean? Do your thing. But I guess, like Kate has been like a fashion icon in her own way, and the girls do follow her trends, her looks, the pieces that she pulls out. And so she's kind of just, and always had this reputation you know, as she was a budding model of being like a wild child, a party girl. I mean, she did her thing. You know what I mean? She was giving it up. She was taking it up. Do what she got to do. You know what I mean? She was on that white. She was on that white. She was yeah, sniffing up a storm. And I was trying to find the quote. I was trying to find the quote, Cody. She was sniffing up a storm for real, for real. But you know, we thank God for a breakthrough. Remember how skinny the men's pants used to be at Topshop? Babe, I didn't own pants from Topshop. Like, I did. I'm lying. But that was when I was literally a twink. Like, it was you know what I mean? We all did it. So I was a twink. I definitely gave you, you know, neon blue Henley with a deep V, short sleeve, with with my chest out and my little tight pants. Couldn't get no movement. Child, walking up the stairs felt like, you know, at any given moment, my undercarriage was just about to be out on full on display. So I had to keep it cute. You know what I mean? The pants was hell. Those pants were very much not built for the dolls who were stacked. You could not even stack because it was like the London vibe, right? So their skinny was like skinny, like super skinny, like Eddie Slimane, Dior Homme type skinny shit. So if you were not giving like pencil leg, any degree of calf, any degree of thigh, any degree of ass, okay? Not happening. Okay, get your big, you know, your big badonkadonk out these motherfucking pants and out of this store. Unless you're getting ready to look like you were sucked up. And I always felt so uncomfortable. But apparently that was the look. You know what I mean? Apparently that was the look. Like, that's how you're supposed to look. And I'm just like, there's something about looking like I'm busting into my little brother's pants that just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like I look crazy. You know, and that's why, like, I'm always just like, it always made me say, and I still to this day will be like, you know, I fake wish I had like slimmer legs because I can't just, I literally can't just walk into a Zara and throw any pants on and think that I'm gonna be okay. Even if I'm fitting in the shit, like, it'd be feeling like saran wrap tied around my body, or like, I don't even know, something even less durable than saran wrap. I just feel like I'm getting ready to bust. And not in a good way, babe. Not in a good way. So I swore off the Topshop pants very quickly. You know what? I even learned because the two gays that were like my clique in high school, my ex bestie and his bestie, like, it was the three of us. We were the trio. We rolled through. I feel like I told stories about this back in the day on the live, but like, they were Topshop fiends. So they put me onto Topshop. Like, they really put me onto like the stores and where they're shopping. Like, they were very much on their like cunty shit when I was like still catching up. Like, catching up in the sense that like I wasn't shopping for myself. I was always a fly bitch, okay? I just didn't necessarily have the means to show other niggas that I was that. But, you know, we thank God for time and evolution and a bigger budget. But back then, they were skinny like this. To be honest, they were dealing with eating disorders as well. Like, they were both high school was a really weird time. They were both like dealing with a blend of anorexia and bulimia, which I mean is actually very common. And loved it though, lived for it, like that, because we also went to a school with only boys. So to be a boy in a school and already be effeminate, already be queer, is like a what kind of thing. And so they were living for the attention for that, because that's how they were set up. They were attention whores. Me, I was cursing niggas out left and right. You know what I mean? Fighting for my motherfucking rights, because I also was not tiny. They were tiny and petite. I was not. And so they loved them as Zara. I mean, they did love them as Zara. They loved them in Abercrombie and Fitch, babe. They stayed in that. They put me onto that one hard body. But they stayed in the Topshop. And sure enough, when we would go shopping, I'm like, girl, y'all could fit all of these. I'm gonna get the top. I'll get the blazer. You know what I mean? I'll get the jacket, but the pants, I'm all right. Y'all take it over. Y'all do y'all thing. So they would pull up to school in these tight ass pants. Like, we were the only kids in our school that would get in trouble because our pants were too tight. Everybody else would get in trouble because their pants were too loose. We were the only boys in class getting like write-ups because our pants were too tight. Crazy. Anyway, um, moving on. Yeah, so like I was saying, Zara, Kate Moss brings this party girl, party wear vibe. Like she's kind of become this like fake like guru or like kind of like spokesmodel for the party wear vibe. So a collection of party pieces set to launch in November. Moss has worked closely with Marta Ortega Perez, the chair of Inditex, which is the company that owns Zara. That's their parent company. And she worked with stylist and close friend Katie England, who, if you know Katie England, Katie has been there from the jump. Like they said over here, most famous for her work with Lee McQueen. But, you know, legendary stylist, so I ain't even got to run through all that. What did she say? No imagery of the collection has been revealed yet. I'll keep y'all posted as soon as we get any campaigns. I will definitely make sure to share it and let y'all know. Zara has said the drop will include ready-to-wear and accessories. And of course, the focus is on party wear. For this collection, I wanted to create the perfect party capsule. Pieces that feel effortlessly chic, but with an edge. Just like, what is it? Every press release quote is like the same old. Like it's the same old. Not somebody texting me like, "Hey Eddie, what's a sea moss burger?" When you have the time, please, I'd love to know. I was on my Instagram earlier. If you saw my story right before I got on live, I was letting y'all know that we're coming out, and I was letting them know that we're coming out, and I was eating a burger from Wendy's, and I said it's a sea moss burger, babe. I was fucking lying. Like, I was fucking lying. Oh, sorry. I was fucking lying. Why would I be eating a sea moss burger? What? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? I was lying. Like, please. I was not telling the truth. I did that on purpose. I thought it was such an outrageous lie that niggas wouldn't, everybody know. That's embarrassing for me to say. But niggas know me for eating a cheeseburger, child. The girls that know, I love me a good cheeseburger. I saw that post too and was like, what in the LA is that? Right. I was literally trolling. I was so trolling. And babe fell for it. Poor thing. But yeah, let's look at. I do want to talk a little bit more about this and give y'all a little taste. If I don't know if y'all recall what we saw from the Top Shop, but y'all got to see it so that you can understand why it's like cracking my head open that they still keep asking this lady to make stuff. But once again, we ask the questions: why is this happening? Why are people getting paid to do this? Who's asking for this? Girl, people got to get paid. Niggas is trying to drum up coin and also try to force us to spend money. Not force us, but damn near force us to spend the money. Okay. Like they said, very well known for her collaborative collections with another high street retailer, Topshop, and the Naughties. I hate that phrase. Running from 2007 to 2014, 7 years straight, she was at Topshop. Like, that was her shit. The collections were sell-out popular, and there still is a huge appetite for some of these pieces today, with people still selling items from the collection almost 20 years later. And this is absolutely true. Every time that I'm on the eBays and things, here we go. Shout out to Harper's Bazaar for giving us a link, but look at some of the pieces that are available. These are just some examples for the girls. Like I said, there were definitely some cute things here, but a lot of it was, also very particular, like very much a Kate Moss look. This ain't so bad. And definitely some moments in the mix that are like pieces you could definitely wear for the everyday. Or as long as the shit would last, babe. Femme, fun, but then you can kind of pair it with like a boot or something like she would do, or put it with a dainty heel. Yeah, girl, I'd be lying. But yeah, and these pieces are still up, and it's £69.99, mind you. Lots of florals, lots and lots and lots of florals. Like, and then we get things like this, like. Not the worst, but it's just like very much for a particular type of girl. Like, they're very specific prints. She loves a feathery moment. This wouldn't be so bad for a little light, like, yeah, holiday season moment. I could see it with a good toe. But yeah, some of these pieces are still selling, babes. So yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. Do you think that you would be shopping a Kate Moss Zara collection in 2024? We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna see definitely whenever they drop. I do want to go into the stores and try and check it out. I should do a try on for the Zara stuff. I'm gonna go into the Zara in New York, one of the New York ones. I think I'm gonna go to the Fifth Avenue location, the flagship, because it's the flagship and that just makes sense, right? And so they're more likely to have everything because I'm so sick and tired of going to Zara stores and they're just like, oh yeah, no. They usually will tell me either go online or go to the flagship. So I'm gonna head to Fifth Avenue tomorrow. Because I go downtown, I gotta go downtown anyway. And I'm gonna do a little try-on moment, see what pieces I can get, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. So look out for the stories and also look out for me on Threads because I love Threads now. It's so much more fun than Instagram. I hate Instagram. And I'm here on YouTube. Look at us ending the year, bringing ourselves where we belong. I'm here on the YouTube with y'all. We talking, we chatting our shit. And yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna cut things for now. We've been on for an hour and a half. That's usually how I give it up. Can't wait to see the stories. Yes, I will definitely be there tomorrow. So I'll probably post it on stories. I'll probably do it on Threads, and I'll probably do it on my TikTok as well, which are all Yungfleur. Of course, you knew that. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna end things for the night. Like I said before, just wrapping things up. We talked about Kim Jones exiting at Fendi and where he's getting ready to head out to now. We gotta wait and see if we about to get that Pier Paolo appointment. Who knows? We're gonna see. Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, please watch that. Good night and have a good weekend to you too. When we didn't get to talk about Dandy. Babe, I gotta get off. I gotta go. But you know what? I might pop on to the burner on Sunday. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And also by Tuesday, there's probably gonna be more news anyway. So stay tuned. I got you. I'm so sorry. I know I promised I was gonna do that, but it's getting late and I got other things I gotta do. So without further ado, it's been real. I've been the realist. It's your boy Yungfleur, and we have had quite a time. I'll be back on Tuesday at 9 p.m. on YouTube. Stay tuned. And I'll see you until then. Be well and take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.